Bethel High School for today's Peninsula District Girls Varsity Basketball game between the host Bethel Bruins and the visiting team from the Phantoms of Phoebus.
Well, welcome back, Mike. I haven't seen you in a while. I've been hanging out somewhere over in Newport News where I'm not allowed to go. But we're here for a good game tonight. This is a makeup game for people who don't realize. This game was originally scheduled for January 25th, and that large blanket of 1-inch snow that we got.
It wiped out everything.
Completely canceled the whole weekend, but I got to tell you, it was great for me because my wife fixed all kinds of comfort foods, and I stayed in the house and put on about 8 pounds. But let's get back to the game. This is a tight game tonight because both teams coming here in Peninsula District at 8-6.
Right. So
this game means a lot with 1 week to go in Peninsula District play before we get set up for the tournament. Top 8 teams going into that. So,
well, do we want to go ahead and announce our starting lineups for the game?
Well, let's go ahead with this. Let's start with Bethel. Of course, you've heard it. We've heard part of it come over to announce the system. But number 4, Jamie Thomas, I'll talk a little bit about later. Kelly Foster, Brittany Bryson, Naira Williams, and Kaylee Scott are starting for the Bethel girls. And for the Phoebus girls, we've got Kara Bowens, Jatopia Carby, Bree Edwards, Brittany Brooks, and Bianca Balmer Brown.
It's Phantoms, obviously. The Phantoms in the blue uniforms. They are in the away uniforms as the Bethel Bruins, the home team, in white with the gold and the green trim. Tight defense now by Bethel. I tell you, they're doing a really good job. There's a nice 3-point shot that's a little bit short. Goes out of bounds, and it goes over to the Lady Bruins.
All right, well, it's been one long shot attempt and one turn back over to Bethel. Didn't take long to get off the first shot. For Bethel, who you've got to really pay attention to is Keely Foster. She's our leading scorer. She comes in averaging about 14 points a game.
Turnover by the Phantoms. The drive to the basket, partially blocked. Battle underneath is put up, and it looks like it was in good by number 4, Jamie Thomas.
I got to talk with the coach a little earlier, Coach Johnson, about Jamie, and he said this young lady's quite a leader on the team, and we just I didn't see who scored that. Did you see who scored that?
I didn't see that, but they had a mix-up on the
so number 10 picked that up. That's right. That's
Carby.
Carby got her first basket. We're tied here.
2-2, and we've got a turnover underneath, and the Phoebus Phantoms will keep possession. Long 3 off the mark. Rebound underneath by...
That was a long shot by Bowens.
Yeah. Bryson on the rebound underneath the basket. That one's a little bit off target. Good rebound underneath and a pass outside.
Bethel right now appears to be dominating on the offensive boards. Just can't get the ball to go.
Yeah, that was a prayer shot.
Yeah,
right
that
there.
was. I got to do something with it right now.
You almost got yourself stuck up in the air.
Yeah.
You know, you had to do something with it.
Well, right now I think both teams are a little bit jittery. It's a big game for both teams. They're both tied. Nice feed.
Oh, nice feed.
Nice feed.
Number 34 underneath, and that's Balmer Brown for her first basket as the Phantoms jump out in front early here, 4-2 with 5:36 to go here in the opening quarter.
Just to let you go, that young lady Balmer Brown is a 4-year player for Phoebus, and she's quite a floor leader too. She one of the team's leading rebounders. And she's put in a good 4 years for Coach Brooks, and he's going to hate to lose her. He was talking about her earlier today.
Another turnover by the Lady Bruins, and that's 2 for the Bruins so far. Offensive rebound by number 32, Williams.
I see Phoebus has number...
Looks like they're in a 2-3 zone.
Looks kind of scattered right now.
3 turnovers now for Bethel.
Well, I see they got Srevens in there for Phoebus. There you go. That's Balmer Brown, and she's got a nice look.
That gives her 4 already here in the first quarter.
Nice feed.
Foul underneath. I believe it's going to be on number 32.
And that's Brittany Bryson going to the line, and she's a strong rebounder for Bethel too. She gets to the boards, but it's a nice feed inside for her to get the shot.
32 on the foul for the Phantoms.
I just let Bryson and Scott for Bethel have been averaging about 10 points a game the last 3 or 4 games, and it's kind of helped Bethel out quite a lot, take some of the pressure off for Keely Foster, who's been the main load carrier for them for most of the season. So they've got 3 girls right now that are looking at about between 14 and 10 points a game, which kind of helps balance it out. Last night, Williams for them had 18 points and a 1-point loss to Warwick. So several players on this Bethel team are capable of putting up some big numbers.
Ball knocked out of bounds by the Phantoms. Bethel will retain possession underneath their own basket.
Our first time out, we'll get a chance to announce our officials.
Looks like Phoebus still set up in a 2-3 zone. Another turnover by the Lady Bruins. That's their 4th already here in the first quarter. A little out of control on that one, I'd say.
I think the ball got hit, and she kind of lost it going up. And of course, the Phoebus bench is wondering why it wasn't a foul. But I think the ball actually got hit.
Bethel got the rebound, but turned around and traveled, so they'll get charged with another turnover.
Just to tell you, here we are right now with 4 minutes to go in the first quarter, and the score is Bethel 2 and Phoebus 6. And they're not shy about putting the ball up. They're just having a few turnovers, and everybody's a little nervous, I think, right now.
Possession arrow faces towards Bethel on the tie-up, and a nice turnover.
Had a 2-1-2 full-court press going on right there, and it worked for them.
Yeah, we got the foul called on the play. Looks like the foul's going to be on the Bruins, number 32,
I think she called it on number 2.
That'll be her first. Team's first.
32.
Huh?
She called it on 32.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 10. Carby going to the line, should be shooting 2.
You notice a little different disconnect between my co-host here tonight. We got on new headsets, and I can't hear him and he can't hear me, which might be a blessing for both of us. But I don't know how much trouble it's going to be for the broadcast tonight. We're going to have to work around it. We're working with a skeleton crew. That does not mean they're thin or skinny. It's just we don't have a lot of people.
Misses both free throws, so both teams are over at the line here in the first quarter. Another Bethel turnover. Oh man,
wow.
Easy layup, and she.
Good.
There's
Good
another
pivot.
foul underneath. That might be against 32 again.
I'll tell you right now that 2-1-2 full court zone press is paying dividends for Phoebus. They're not taking too much advantage of it.
Looks like that foul is going to be against number 4 for
that's
Bethel.
Thomas.
That's Thomas. That's her first. Balmer Brown at the line to shoot 2, misses the first.
I'm waiting to see how the Phoebus coach, I'm not Phoebus coach, but the Bethel coach, Roy Johnson, is going to adjust to this press that they're putting on. Because right now it's taking its effect. That's
a walk, and she didn't get called. What do we got? Timeouts called by the Lady Bruins.
Yep, called by the Lady Bruins because they're still continuing to make that trap very effective at the half-court section.
3:24 to go in the opening period here. It's Phoebus 7 and Bethel 2.
While we got this opportunity, our officials for tonight, our referee is Mr. Askew, and our umpires number 1 or 2 are Mrs. Seals and Mrs. Valek. I have the first initials, but that's all that was available to me. But we have One gentleman, 2 ladies calling the game. We happened to see all 3 of them work last night at the Kickingham game. The gentleman worked in the varsity boys, and the 2 ladies worked in the varsity girls game.
Well, I'm sure that there's another turnover just stepped out of bounds.
Yep.
I'm sure that the officiating crew working in all these games here are pretty stretched out thin with all these makeup games going on.
No doubt about it. I mean, these teams are having 4 and 5 games in 6 days and 7 days, and everybody's got to pull a load because he's just getting the crew out there.
4 games in 5 days is humping.
And next week they're going to play 3 games.
5-second call against the Phantoms.
And I didn't see who was close to her, but I'll leave it like it is. I see 2 coaches looking at each other. Okay.
Now Bethel really hasn't even got a shot off here in a while.
Not much. They throw up a couple of 3-pointers the first minute and a half of the game, and a little bit wide. Didn't make anything too much, and
Phoebus
not getting any offensive rebounds.
Well, six turnovers it limits how many times you're going to shoot it. That's for sure. Couldn't get the bounce on that one. Rebound by the Phantoms. Nice pass underneath the basket.
Oh, my Lord. The opportunity. Well, a few folks can see the game. Right now, it's a little bit of what I'd call helter-skelter. They're just running wild. If you get close to the board, Phoebus has made some good plays to get the ball inside. The team's just been unable to finish at this point.
Yeah, Bulmer Brown with her first foul underneath the hole. That's going to put to the line.
Phoebus could be up by 15 points right now. They just haven't been able to finish under the basket.
Go to the line, yeah. Mangrum up there to shoot 2.
And again, folks, these 2 girls' teams coming here tied.
They must
for
have
5th
a cap
place
on top of the rim.
It's a cellophane rim. Nobody making anything.
Nothing's going through. Right now, 0 for 4 at the free throw line. 0 for 3, I'm sorry. Here's the 4th one. Got that one. So each team 1 for 4 at the free throw line here in the first quarter. 7-3.
That was a turnover underneath by Phoebus.
Yeah. Good defense that time by the Bruins.
Like I was saying coming into this game, both of these teams are tied at 8 and 6 in standings in the Peninsula District. This week is going to be big. They're both tied technically for 5th place. You've got Kickingham and Woodside tied for 1st place, Hampton in 3rd place, and so it's all kind of mixed up in there. And of course, they're all playing for position for the tournament, which is going to start a week, or not start, but be set up a week from today. So, and I'm going to tell you what.
The first game is probably a week from Tuesday,
if you're 6th, 7th, or 8th in that tournament, you're going to be playing against either Woodside, Kickingham, or Hampton. And so 4th and 5th are big places to be because the teams that win the first game automatically go to the next to the regional.
Right.
So position means a whole lot when you're playing these games this week.
Yeah, number 4 and 5 actually you would almost kind of say they're battling for a regional spot.
Yeah.
Because 4 and 5 will play each other in the tournament.
In the tournament, that's right.
Tournament. And this might be a prelude to it right here.
I was going to say, we don't know how this week's going to work out, but this could be looking at 4 and 5 right here. I thought she tried to pick that ball up. Got a little bit deep under before she got the ball.
A basket underneath the hole.
Nice pass inside, but it was a little late, and 21 was a little bit deep by the Foster by the time she was able to get the shot off. Couldn't get much power on it. Again, Keely Foster, she's just a junior. She's the leading scorer for this Bethel team. And as they used to say, the first part of the season, as she goes, so they go. But they've had a few players that have stepped up here recently that have helped augment that scoring and the pressure put on her.
There's Foster right there with a pass.
That was another
basket. Yep. Nothing there. Travel call on the play. Turnover number 7 here in the first quarter. Minute 29 to go. It's 7-3. Phoebus out in front of the Bethel Bruins.
I may be wrong on this, but I think number 42 is Tanisha Robinson. I was unable to get her number before the game, but Coach Johnson told me they had just brought up a new girl, and that should be playing for them. Her name is Kelsey Phillips, and I think that may be 42 because I don't have another number 4. Trying to get a little bit of size inside and see if they can slow down that Phoebus dominance on the board. I've got to talk a little bit about Bethel scoring, but Phoebus also doesn't have a dominant scorer on their team, but here in the last 2-3 weeks, they've had a couple of players, Edwards and Bowens, that have stepped up and are both averaging in double figures here in the last 2 or 3 weeks. And so as they're getting ready for tournament time, some people are starting to show themselves. But when you look at the Phoebus lineup, they only start one senior. And so they're hoping that'll bode well for next year. Right now, they're putting the pressure on, but they can't capitalize on what they're forcing.
I believe that foul is going to be against number 42 for Bethel.
Just to say,
Johnson, that's her first. Team's 4th. At the line to shoot 2, number 32 on the play. That's Marcia. Is it Shreven? Makes the first. And swishes the second one. Expands the lead now to 9-3 here as the first quarter coming to an end. We're under 1 minute. That was a nice move right there to get in there.
She got her hand grabbed too. My Lord. Yeah, there's some fouling on the wrist in there, I'm telling you. Good recovery by Keeley. Oh, she pushed off with that elbow. Offensive foul. She put that elbow out there in front of her.
I think they called a walk on the play.
Well, I'm telling you what, she got away with a nice foul.
Yeah.
We just lost input. That's okay. We'll go to the floor.
22.9 seconds to go here, opening period.
Well, we'll continue on with our radio broadcast. The ball's being handled by Phoebus down at the end, and a long 3 attempt by number 23 for Phoebus. And that was Rooks. Led to a rebound. Phoebus now down underneath. And the new girl. And there it is.
And we are at the end of the first quarter of play here as the Phoebus Lady Phantoms lead this one 9-3.
Now it's going in and out.
Leading scorer for the Bethel Bruins, number 2, or number 4, that's Thomas. She had the only basket in the first quarter with a free throw from Mangrum for their 3 points over with Phoebus.
No.
Leading is Balmer Brown with 5.
No power.
And she had she was 1 for 2 at the line, followed by Carby with the basket and 2 for 2 Shriver at the free throw line. 9-3 is the score at the end of the first quarter of play, and I tell you, turnovers was a major factor in that first quarter.
Yeah, if turnovers gave you a point each time, this would be a lot higher scoring game.
And 9 turnovers in the first quarter alone for the Lady Bruins. And late in the quarter, Phoebus started turning the ball over pretty regularly. They ended up with 6. But a lot of drives to the basket, very much uncontrolled. And their shots are just kind of throwing them up right now.
Like I said earlier, running a little helter-skelter to get into the glass. They're just not getting it off the glass. They're just putting up a lot of shots but not a lot of results. And that's pretty much both teams right now. Somebody's going to have to settle down and take control. A few key baskets by either team could settle it all down.
And a third of the points for the Lady Phantoms is by the free throw line. They've got three of the 9 points at the line. But the Bruins only had 1 basket and another turnover right there.
Good heads up fight by Kaylee Foster. Oh, nice little penetration by number 32.
That's Williams.
That would be Williams. Last night she had 18 points in the game last night against Woodside.
Foul against the Phantoms, number 23. That's Rooks. That's her first. Williams hits the free throw. 9-6 now. Lady Bruins cut into the lead pretty good.
Good
oh!
Lord. It's got to be. Oh no, she called that a block. That was a nice leading left shoulder into that player.
That foul's going to be on number 40. I don't have a number 40 on the roster for Bethel. Do you?
For Bethel, number 40. No, I don't. But again, they got a new player put up on the roster. I don't have a number 42 either. So at halftime, I'll get a question on both of those.
On Bethel? 42 is Mercedes Johnson.
You were looking for Phoebus, right?
No, Bethel.
Okay. That press still working. Another steal and unable to finish. Nice kick out. A late whistle.
3-point shot that time by Foster off the mark, but there's a foul under the basket, and it looks like it's going to be against Bethel.
I missed that one.
Foul is on 40. That's her second. That's 2 in a row by the Bruins, number 40. Like another turnover on play, and the Lady Bruins will have the ball.
Well, the score's picked up at a little bit anyway in the first 3 minutes of the second quarter. And that's the number 1 score for Bethel. It's Keely Foster. Nice drive. It's hard to penetrate through his zone, but she's able to get the ball up off the glass.
See who the foul was against the Phantoms. Looks like it was number 4. That's Love. That's her first foul of the game. Team's 4th.
Nice, clean. Haven't seen much of that today.
Her first free throw is good. Pulls them to within 3. That one bounces out of the basket. Ball will go over to the Phantoms. (10-7) is the score. 6 minutes and 55 seconds here in the second quarter.
Just watching the ball handling right now, and I was going to say it was Phoebus seemed to have a little bit of edge in ball handling, but they get themselves just like that in positions with penetration that they can't do anything with it.
Got a scrum on the floor.
I was going to say, let them see who can push it which way. That's what we need to do. If they get an advantage going toward the Bethel end, give them the ball.
So Bethel ends up turning the ball over after all that.
Bryson back in the game for Bethel, bringing a little bit more size.
And Phoebus turns right around and throws it away.
Right. That's who you kick it to. Nice rebound. Nice rebound. That was Balmer Brown, just came down that and took it right away from anybody else. Good shot. Yeah.
32 on the play.
Yes, it was.
That's a 3. That'll push the lead to 12-7, 6:08 to go as there is a
that was Maria
timeout. Yep.
Nice little shot she put up there. Bethel just doesn't seem, Kelly Foster just can't seem to get untracked.
Now that only counted as a 2.
I keep saying Kelly, it's Callie.
12-7 is 6:08 to go in the second quarter. That last shot, by the way, was a 2. I was thinking it was a 3.
Yeah. I gotta say, here we are, a third way through the second quarter, and we've only had 9 fouls called because the turnovers have been so many, haven't had a chance to call a foul.
Well, I believe there's been an awful lot of fouls that haven't been called.
Might have been called by calls and turnovers. I'm not sure, but I got to be careful moving this table. I see our cameraman up there. We're going to have to thank our camera people, Ube, Cabre, and Steve, who come over here and set this whole thing up for us. And it's been kind of a rough day for them. They've tried to set the skeleton system up, and we've tried to cooperate with them as best we could.
Fouls on number 5 for the Bruins. That's their team's 5th. One more foul on the Phantoms, and Bethel will go to 1-1. That's a little bit off. We had a good shot
left.
at that one from here.
Nice kick out. Good penetration. Went off of Keeley's foot when she was going back down court.
Oh, in and out.
I'm telling you what, number 5, that's Bowen. She
Did that look like a golf ball rimming around the hole? Now number 21, Foster with a basket. Her first basket of the game.
She gets untracked.
There's a foul underneath. Looks like it's going to be called against the Bruins, number 30.
Right now it's a drive to the bucket and either get a foul or everybody goes the other way.
Bryson with the foul. That's her first. Going to the line to shoot 2 is number 34, Bianca Balmer-Brown. 1 for 2 at the line so far here in the first half.
Now that there is a soft touch.
That one was coming down with some rain.
Yeah, a little wet when he gets to the rim.
That one misses, rims out. 13-9, the Phantoms out in front here in the middle of the second quarter. Oh, nice pass underneath.
Yes.
Foster shot, passed that ball underneath to Bryson for a nice 2.
Bryson made a nice look. Here we go now. It's 1-on-2. Nice kick over. Two-handed jumper. Well, actually a push shot. Okay. Yeah, I know. Another one off the foot. I'm trying to figure out whether whether Brown is hurt, and it's almost like she's got a leg injury or something, the way she's Balmer-Brown. If you watch her move a little bit, this is her at the bottom of the screen, there on the left of the screen. Nice push in the back.
Oh, nice pass.
Better play by.
Shot by number 22. That's Edwards.
Bree Edwards. That was a nice catch and almost a hook shot off the glass. And a nice shot by number 30 that'd be Brittany Bryson. Got a nice little touch there from 10, 12 feet.
Gives Bryson 4 on the game. 15-13 is the score.
Nice pass inside. Yes, sir. It's number 5. That's Bowen. Nice little bucket inside. Soft touch.
Things are picking up here.
Yeah.
Somebody finally took the top off of those baskets. There's Foster with a drive and a shot.
Foster. Nice drive. Like you said, things are starting to open up, get a little softer. Bethel's pulled back into this game to within 2. This is what we expected.
Yeah, 17-15, 3:30 to go here in the second quarter. Long three-pointer was short.
I tell you, Bowens is not shy. She was Kira Bowens. There's Keely
Foster with a three, a little bit off.
That's about her third long shot she's missed. If she gets hot, though, she can light it up. Nice defense, keep in front of the player.
Got a foul underneath the basket here. It looks like it's going to be against 41 for Bethel.
Yep. Push on 41.
Angela Robinson-Wilson, that's her first foul. Team's 8th, and the Phantoms will go to 1-1 now.
Should be 1-1.
Balmer Brown is 2 for 4, and she'll be shooting 1-1.
Like Phoebus is bringing Srevens back into the game. And
first shot's up and a
nice touch on those free throws. It's about a 2-minute shot. About a minute to go up and a minute to come down. But, you know, if it works, don't fix what ain't broke.
They got to get a towel to dry it off, though.
Don't fix what ain't broke, I'm telling you.
There's another one off the rim. Nice rebound
nice
that time.
Hustle. Nice hustle by Bowens.
18-15 is the score. Lady Phantoms out in front. That one hit the backside of the board. It is a turnover.
What people didn't see was that Kelly Foster made a neat play on that. The girl penetrated to the right to dish off to the sideline, and Keeley stepped in between where she wanted to pass the ball. She had to force herself to throw the ball up toward the rim. She didn't have any option. And 42's got the size in there right now. She just can't seem to finish. Got to get those arms extended a little bit more to finish those shots, I think. That'll come with time.
Rebound knocked out of bounds. And here the Phantoms go, sticking to that 3-point lead. 2:30 to go here in the second quarter.
Nice steal.
Another Phantom turnover.
That was Mangum, just reached right in and took that ball away. Another wide right from the corner. Again, nice penetration by Bowens. Just couldn't finish the shot. Jump ball going back to Bethel.
How did they give that tie up on that play?
Huh?
How did that end up being a jump ball on that play?
Well, number 42 had it, and the other girl couldn't get it.
Referee decided she had her hands on it, I guess. Good defense right there on the Phantoms.
Nice pass. Good finish.
Basket, was that number 22 or 32? 22, that's Edwards.
Yeah. Nice shot.
Number 24 on the play, Mangrum. It's her first basket of the game.
That's Mangrum again. She just had a nice steal a minute ago.
20-17, a minute and 20 to go here in the second. And another turnover. Whoa, I guess it was last touch by the Bruins. Minute and 16 to go.
Giving a little relaxing here. Bringing in Love in for Bowens for Phoebus. Giving her a little blow with a minute 16 to go in the half.
Threw that ball into the corner and just trapped her own player right in there.
Minute to go. Let's see if Bethel plays for one shot or they just keep going at it.
Nice drive to the hole, and she's fouled as she goes up. Looks like it's going to be against number 22. No, number 10.
And that was Williams driving to the hole, and her dad's a coach.
Carby, that's her first, team's 6th. So Williams shooting two and missed the first one as it rings out.
Bob and I have been going to a lot of games, and I'll tell you what, the free throw shooting, sometimes you just go, what? Is it? Nice little attempt at a putback right there. That was Mangrum again, got that rebound, but that little right-handed shovel shot, I guess is what you'd call it. Of course, there's a hope and a prayer.
A fourth shot, 30 seconds to go. Foster on the drive, rims off. Rebound, put up and in by the Bruins, number 30, and that's Bryson.
Brittany Bryson cleaning it up.
Foul on the Phantoms by number 22. That's Edwards. That's her first.
Yeah, there you go. I said they hadn't put those points up. There you go.
20-19.
26 seconds to go in a halftime. It's a double for Phoebus. They were at 10 at first quarter. They got 20. But Bethel's the one that's put on the real stretch here. They went from, what, 4 points in the first quarter to 19?
3, I believe. I believe they had 3.
Maybe it was 3. Yeah. Maybe 3.
And out of bounds, and it's maintained by the Bruins with 24 seconds left.
Got a chance
down
to
by 1. Have a chance to get their first lead of the game right here. Three-point shot is good.
Number 31. That's Kayla Scott. She's one of the girls I was telling you was coming on, starting to score lately in the nice move. 32 for Phoebus. Come back, and that was Shrevens that came back and tied the game up.
Yep, so we'll start the third quarter the same way we started the first quarter. Tied.
Well, folks, we want to thank you for being here for the first half, and it just like Mike said, it's ended up like we started. A lot of turnovers, not a whole lot of fouls, and we ended up 22-22, and we'll be right back in just a few minutes.
Yeah, stay tuned for second half action here from Bethel. It's 22-22. All right, back here at Bethel High School at the halftime, it's the Lady Bruins 22 and the Lady Phantoms 22.
And what we've seen, Mike, is
a whole lot of helter-skelter.
Helter-skelter, that's right. I don't want to bring up a bad memory for people to know what we're talking about when we say that. California doesn't like those phrases too much. But, a lot of up and down, a lot of aggressiveness. Both teams trying hard, putting a lot of effort into the game. A lot of steals, a lot of turnovers. But neither team has really been able to capitalize when they force those turnovers.
And it was almost as if Bethel couldn't hit a basket in the first quarter. And they had 3 points at the end of one, and everything they threw up just bounced off.
It almost looked like the words you said. They were just throwing it up. They couldn't finish the shot. There for about a 4-minute span. In the first quarter, they hardly were getting shots off.
I know. But they came alive in the second quarter and brought it back to a tie, 22-22.
What happened was Phoebus's turnovers caught up with Bethel's turnovers, and so it allowed them to get back.
And turnovers, that's right. Turnovers in the first half as the Lady Bruins had 12 of them, and Phoebus caught up and had 11. For the longest time there, it was different. The leading scorer for the Bethel Bruins was 6 is Bryson, followed by Foster, who got hot in the second quarter, has 5.
Folks, if you watch that was just a nice little keep the ball in the air. Now here Phoebus is putting the pressure on. And follow up by number 30 for Bethel. That's Brittany Bryson. I'm just taking it right to the bucket. Well, here you got Bethel trying to put the pressure on and double team. Nice rebound by Keely Foster. And that's what you like to see of the players look up court when they get that rebound. And there's another inside pass. Number 31
of course,
for
Bryson
Bethel.
was kind of camped underneath in that lane.
That was 31 that scored that, wasn't it?
30.
Yeah, 30, okay. Another trap. And a whistle from out in left field somewhere.
Looks like the Phantoms will call timeout. Good call by the coach. They were getting ready to lose the ball again.
I couldn't figure out what that was. Everything was happening down in the left corner, and a whistle came from far out in the right field there. And I couldn't figure out what was happening.
Bethel out in front 26-24. Again, their scores in the first half for Bethel, 6 was Bryson, Foster with 5, 3 each for Williams, Scott, and Magram, and 2 for Thomas. Over for the Bethel or the Phoebus Phantoms, their leading scorer was Shriven with 6. No, I'm sorry, it was Balmer Brown with 7, followed by Shriven with 6. 4 for Edwards, and 2 each for Carby and Bowens.
I tell you what, I know it's trouble when the man that's writing it down has a hard time reading it. You know what I'm saying? I know it's trouble.
It gets kind of rough.
It's getting old ain't for sissies, is it? It's tough.
We both have
oh, yeah.
We can't see the mirror to shave anymore because we both got all this hair growing.
Well, listen,
and that's something new for you.
Well, I sleep with a pair of glasses, so when I get up in the morning, I make sure I can find my glasses. Yes, sir, I'll tell you what, it's tough.
Yeah, you get up and you go, where are my glasses? Your wife will look at you and say, you got them on your head, Brent.
I'll tell you what, it was a nice little press that Bethel put on. Forced that ball to be turned over in the middle.
Anytime you get a rebound and go down to the ground, you're going to get a walk called, right?
Makes yeah, nothing like a little push, a little nudge, just to make that emphatic for the official. And we'll leave that alone. Good inbounds play. Kick it to the corner and get it outside. Well, that was a nice lead pass. A quarterback would, I know quarterbacks that can't make that lead, I'll tell you. Little kick inside. Now, you can't take it between two people. And she put up with a left hand. You see that? Nice little shovel shot with the left hand, folks. You don't see much of that in the boys.
Bryson has 6 already here in the third quarter.
This little bit of pressure is having an effect on Phoebus.
The
same thing
turnover.
Phoebus did to Bethel in the first half. Bethel has turned around and is applying a 2-2-1 press to Phoebus, and it's making a difference. Oh, nice feed. Just nobody was looking for it. A little bit low, but nice idea. That was Keely Foster trying to get other people involved in the scoring. Talked about. If you look at the pressure they're applying.
Oh, look at that.
Just took it
right out of her hand.
Oh, that was so sad. Great pressure, took the ball right out of her. It had the player underneath open and just couldn't get the ball to her in the right place.
I think the official didn't know which call he was going to make.
Know. That's another out of bounds mistake by Phoebus. She took it right away from her. Oh, it's going to be a foul here. She is intent on getting that. Boom. Here we go.
Block against Foster.
Yep. You could see from the takeaway down here as they came down the court, there was going to be a foul somewhere. You could see that was going to happen.
Sooner or later, what you're saying, right?
Going to get even on that one. But like my buddy Bob just pointed out to me, teams that press, which Phoebus was doing in the first half, usually don't respond well to pressure when it's applied to them.
Carby will go to the line to shoot 2. First one's off the rim.
Somewhere there's a clinic that's teaching this rainbow shot. I don't know where it is, but if it's working, I think it's great, because I'm going to tell you this. Usually, if you watch the stats, the female teams, the lady teams, score better from the free throw line percentage-wise than the guy teams. I don't know, because ladies are calmer or what. I don't know what it is. I haven't figured out the physical reason for it.
They use a smaller ball.
Well, maybe that's what it is.
Well, they
I
do.
don't know.
Their ball is smaller than the boys.
I don't think so.
It is.
Oh, there. That's
Foster.
2 quick fouls for Keely.
Yeah, Foster was making sure she wasn't going to make that basket.
That's 2 quick fouls. She cannot afford to get herself in that kind of a position. She's the #1 player for Bethel Bruins. And
Carby will go back to the line again to shoot 2.
Well, Bethel has moved into a position of taking a lead. They took it right at the end of the second quarter for a minute, and then it got tied up. And now they've been able to pull out to a 3-point lead, to keep that a 3-point lead. Well, what's working right now for Bethel is the pressure. Again, it's the same problem. They were able to finish here the first minute and a half of the third quarter, but all of a sudden they've got the steals again and haven't quite been able to finish. Phoebus is going down and throwing up some wild stuff too. And here comes a trap from Phoebus. They're trying to trap the ball. Nice draw up, nice shot. Ladies and gentlemen, you just saw what made Keely Foster the player she is. And remember, she's just a junior. There's very few players. Nice tie up, good tie up. You can't keep that ball down low. Somebody's going to reach in there and grab it.
And the possession arrow is to Bethel, so it's a turnover by the Phantoms. 5:22 to go here in third quarter play. A nice pass underneath.
You see that? Keely Foster used her left hand on the left side of the backboard. That was taught 50 years ago. There's players today that don't even know what you're talking about when you talk about using your off hand on the side of the board. Well, I thought she was going to put that up. That's Keela Scott that brought the ball up, and what you like to see is just what she just did, and that's her head's up the whole time she's looking. Nice penetration, not great shot, but a nice penetration. When you get there, you hope you can finish.
Yeah. 32-26, Bethel out in front.
Well, Mike, are you tired watching it? Because I am.
Well, if you're tired now, get ready because the boys are going to be running.
Boys are going to be coming in a minute. And Phoebus don't know what inbounds. I mean, they're gone.
Yep, that's a good call there.
Hey,
she changed.
Of course, it didn't matter that two players were leaning on her, but that's okay.
She changed her pivot foot.
Don't matter. Yeah, little shove never hurt anybody.
Foster with a long three.
Way to get the rebound and kick it back out. Keely, number 21 over on the far side, looks a little tired. Nice. Again, it's about finishing. She's penetrating very well. That's Naira Williams. I mean, she is, oh, now she's going to get a foul. They'll let you have the hand, but you can't put the shoulder and the elbow and the chest on her and push but so far.
Well, sooner or later one would get called, right?
Sooner or later. They may have to run over official to hear a whistle, but it'll happen. But I got to say this, for watching ladies basketball, you're seeing some good defense. They are pressuring both ways on the court.
3:59 to go, third quarter. Bruins have a 6-point lead, 32-26. Phantoms trying to cut into that lead. Pull up is a little off.
It almost looks like a little foul there, but we'll let that go. Now, I'm going to tell you something, folks. You just saw Keely Foster. She started the ball going the other way but a tap and then got dragged down by a player twice her size and was able to break away and pick it up and finish the shot. That's good basketball. Well, you're bringing both. What you just saw was a handling the ball. There you go. Nice play. Took a while to break it, but that's the way you break a press, is over the top.
Balmer Brown on the basket. It looks like we're going to have a timeout here. Looks like Phoebus calls a timeout with 3:04 to go in the third quarter. The Lady Phantoms trail 34-28.
Like I was just saying a minute ago, you're seeing a lot of pressure from both teams. And the last series you just saw, Phoebus got tied up on the wrong end, looking at the 10-second call, and they finally got the ball in the air. You break a press over the top. And once a coach recognizes a press, he's got to be able, or the players should know where they're going to find the open spots. If it's a 2-2-1, right now it appears that Bethel's doing more man to man than anything else. When you watch them come down and set up, each player is locked on somebody, no matter where the offensive player goes.
Bethel has the ball.
Let her look over the top. Well, she had the chance. A little short. Didn't follow her shot. Now you see, well, I don't know, Bethel may be in a 2-3
what
now.
What a pass that was.
I think Bethel went to a 2-3 that time.
That's Love on the basket, her first score of the game.
And here's
4-point lead
there
now
she
for the
was.
Bruins.
No, nice little off the boards.
Mangrum, first basket of the second half. That gives her 5 on the game. 6-point lead now for the Bruins. 36-30 with 2:14 to go here in the third quarter.
It appears Bethel is set up in a man right now. The walk.
Got away with a walk, but turned around and threw it out of bounds.
I think she realized she walked and kicked it out, thinking that she's going to get called.
2:05 to go with another turnover. It's 36-30.
That comes down to that man-to-man pressure, though. It seems to be working right now for Bethel. But they're at one series. It looked like they dropped back into a 3-2. Nice play.
Foster just threw that one away. Pull-up
nice
jumper
work
by number 5, Perkins.
Kira Bowens. I'm sorry. Nice little draw-up jumper. I'm telling you what, that's pretty to see. You can't get players in the NBA to shoot a 5 to 7 foot jumper anymore. The ball got tapped. I think it got touched on the shot on the way up.
Couple of nice passes.
Nice shot.
Underneath.
There she is again. Kara Bowens
again underneath.
She's had the last 4 points for them.
They're down to 2 now, 36-34 with 1:05 to go here, third quarter action. Timeout by the Bethel Bruins. I tell you what, the passing underneath by Phoebus right now is really working.
Well, one thing, if you notice, when Phoebus is coming down the floor with the ball, Bethel's going back to wait for him, but nobody's picking up the ball, the ball handler. And she's able to penetrate or pick her spots because nobody's in between her and anybody.
And once she gets past the mid-court mark, gets towards about halfway between the midcourt and the three-point line, that's when Phoebus, Bethel's guards are coming out to get on her, which is opening up the middle, and 2 consecutive plays right in the middle for basically a layup.
Creating a little 10-foot gap right there between where the guard comes out and the baseline is backed up to the boards. And there's that little gap where Bowens has hit the last 2 jumpers. Nice little 5 to 7 foot jumper. That's a shot more high school players need to shoot, to learn to shoot, and that's that little jumper. Use it off the glass or put it to the bucket. But
1:03 to go here in the third quarter. 36-34. Lady Bruins out in front as they stick to the 2-point lead here.
I have to say, there hasn't been a wild officiating game. We've had 3 fouls called in 7 minutes of the third quarter, and all of those against the home team. So I don't see anybody going in 1-on-1 in this quarter.
Well, the largest lead in this game was 6 points, and that's both teams have had that lead. 9-3 by Phoebus.
Phoebus is still trying to trap the ball, and they're being somewhat successful. There she tried to dribble through it. You can't do it.
Another jump ball. This time the ball stays with Phoebus.
As again, you saw the handler of the ball for Phoebus able to penetrate all the way to the basket. Where's he going? Okay.
White ball.
I was confused by that. He went that way, he motioned Phoebus' way, and then they all started running that way. Nice move. There she is again. At Brittany Bryson. She gets down low. She's tough to stop, I'm telling you.
That's 14 already in the game for Bryson.
Well, and what Bethel's got to do is to pass the ball a little bit quicker. Well, that was a...
That one wouldn't have counted. So at the end of 3 quarters of play, The Bethel Bruins lead this one 38-34. And
just talk about who's leading scoring right now in the third quarter.
Right now, Bryson really went off on the second half, third quarter. 8 points in the third quarter. And it was enough to give Bethel that lead back again.
Well, the main thing of it is that when Bethel did get the ball to her, she was able to do something with it. Whether it was a rebound or a pass to her, several times she got passes over the top and was able to score and finish, and that's something the coach has got to pick up on.
Bethel scored 16 points in the third quarter, as it was 22-22 at the half. And Phoebus scored 12. 12, so.
That's still,
it's still anybody's game. It's only a 4-point lead by the Bruins.
Well, I don't imagine we have any foul problems, although Keeley picked up 2 quick fouls in the third quarter. I don't know where. I think she's got, 3 now? Or is that
she's got 2. She didn't have any in the first. Right now, there's 3 players for Bethel with 2, and that's Foster.
So nobody's in foul trouble.
Williams and Phillips. And over for the Phantoms, everybody only has 1 foul, so there's nobody in trouble foul-wise for the Phantoms.
Well, we're going to see which press has the most effect here, and who looks like Phoebus looks like they're going into a 2-3. But then they're coming out and matching up.
That's what they did in the first quarter.
They're coming out and matching up.
There's a tie-up, and this time it's going to go over to the Phantoms. Another turnover by Bethel.
Very obvious that the coach told them to feed the ball inside to Bryson because it was 2 passes and straight into her, but she wasn't in a place where she could get it cleanly. She walked all over the place.
She got away with a walk on that one. Ooh, that's a foul.
That's not a foul?
Nope.
That's not a foul?
And she was standing right there
looking right at it. And the girl just, oh my Lord.
That's the reason why the ball went out of bounds. She was hammered and it didn't get the call.
Yeah.
Ball stays with Phoebus. They're letting them play, that's for sure.
Well, not letting them play, they're letting them get rough, I'm telling you.
Nice little hook play that time by number 34, Brown. That's 6 points here in the second half.
Looks like the big girls have taken over at both ends of the court.
Yep.
And they're double teaming, and she's not watching the ball. There she did it again.
I couldn't see it. I was blocked out. Was that Bryson?
Phoebus had a double team on her that time.
Was it Bryson?
Yeah.
Another steal and a foul. Another turnover by the Phantoms.
Yeah, Phoebus had a double team on Bryson that time, and she was able to turn and get in position to get the bucket up.
Looks like that's going to be against number 4, Love. Let's see who they give it to. They gave it to number 5. That's Bowens. That is her first. Actually, it's her second.
Completed the first shot. First shot's good.
Make it.
Yeah, Kayla Scott made that. Well, you get down into the fourth quarter, you always start thinking about what's going to happen on the free throw line. But right now, the way the officials are letting the game be played, I'm being a nice man here, are letting the game be played, that may not be an issue unless you actually mug someone.
42-36, back to a 6-point lead to Bethel. Phantom's trying to drive the ball down and loses control, and out of bounds it goes. Turnover by the Phoebus Phantoms. They're making some good plays driving to the hole, but they keep losing the control.
The biggest problem Phoebus has tonight, their number 6 player, I'll leave that till later. Anyway, that was Love, who's twice gone down the court with the ball and handled it well through the pressure, but when it gets close to the bucket, that time it went off her shoe. Let's see, tries another forced pass, trying to get it inside to Bryson. Nice drive.
Who is that, 22?
22, yeah, that was 22.
Edwards. That's her first basket of the second half, as it's now a 4-point lead, 42-38.
Both teams are going back and setting up in the zone and then coming out and matching up. As a kick of the ball. Didn't affect anything other than she kicked the ball. Now let's see what Phoebus does here. They stay set up in his zone. You can see they got somebody fronting Bryson. They got the big girl fronting Bryson.
And a bad pass from out of bounds and a turnover. And then we had a foul right there on the Bruins. See who the foul was called against.
Number 5 again. That was
that Kara Perkins?
Yes.
I got her down for 2 fouls. They only had her up there for 1.
Yeah, Bethel's matching up.
Threw that one right to the Bruin player. Oh, they're not going to count that, are they? Are they going to actually count that? Well, they counted the basket.
Well, let me just say this. She deserved it. She deserved that basket. There she did.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
She was falling right, shooting left, and over the top.
Who is this now, 30 who?
It's a shame because that was quite a Pete Maravich shot, ladies and gentlemen. And she's going to the line for the third. Finish off the old-fashioned.
Scott gets credited with the basket. The free throw is off the hole. The foul was on number 4, Love. That is her second.
And Bethel's going back into the full court. Nice move.
Play underneath.
That's
she was
Balmer
fouled
Brown.
and wasn't called. Who is that, 34 on the
Balmer
play?
Brown.
Well, it's been the 2 big girls today that have done well in this game. 3-pointer from way outside. Foster, nice rebound position.
I know Keely Foster's just kind of gone quiet here. She got a nice rebound and didn't look to score. She kicked it right back out immediately. Yeah, Bethel's going back to the full press.
44-40 with 4:52 to go. There's a turnover, a shot underneath the hole, basket, and it's good. By number 4, Jamie Thompson. That's her second basket. So she'll go to the line to shoot a free throw for a 3-point play. Foul was on number 23. That's Brittany Rooks. That's her second.
Well, with 4:47 to go, she's got a chance to go to the line and keep it at put it to a 7-point lead.
And that'll be the biggest lead of the game, too.
No.
She got the bounce.
She got the bounce. Oh.
What was this?
That was a make up my mind call. I saw something. Now I'm not sure what it was.
She called a foul on Williams.
Yes.
Her third.
Well, that was 4 rebounds down there for Phoebus. And if Bethel's going to let them do that, they're going to have a tough time in this game.
That's 10 points in the second half now for Brown. Bryson for Bethel also has 10 points here in the second half.
Foster, she has not been able to buy a 3. She's not been able to buy a 3.
5-point Bethel lead right now.
Nice pass. Nice work. That's keeping your team involved right there.
Foster to Thompson right underneath, or Thomas right underneath the hole.
It's a nice kick out, and Keely Foster really is the one that finished it off. That was a double dribble.
That's a double dribble, and she got
I didn't think it was going to get called. Nobody else saw it but me and her. Because the guy standing next to it, he's still baffled. And he happened to have a whistle.
Timeout's called by the Phoebus Phantoms with 3:27 to go here in the fourth quarter play. Bethel out in front, 49-42. That matches their largest lead of the game, 7 points, and it's getting pay down.
Well, it's this game like being in the kitchen with Mama. It's coming down to the pressure. How much pressure on the food? How much pressure on me to make sure I don't burn nothing? And how much pressure for the meal? And right now, both teams are scoring off of pressure.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no setup scoring
in the
per
first
se.
half. Neither one of them could buy nothing.
Couldn't finish.
Right.
But I'm gonna tell you what. There's several players that really impress you, and of course, Brittany Bryson's had a great third quarter, second half, and Balmer Brown's had a great second half. Both of the inside girls have been able to make a statement in the second half. But again, it comes down to the junior Keely Foster, one of the players that, at key times, if you're paying attention, she's either made the right feed or the right rebound. It's not always the scoring. She's over in her three-point attempts, I think. I think she's put up 3 or 4, and I don't think she's hit any threes. You got the scorebook there. But it's the little things that where she has made the extra pass or the extra rebound that has helped as far as Bethel's lead.
Foster has 9 points in the game, where she had 18 last night, right?
Right. But what I like about Keely is that she's an opportunity player. In other words, where the opportunity presents itself, she doesn't try to force much.
Looks like the Bruins are going to like a four-corner delay.
Nice play.
Outstanding play.
Nice feed right there again. Right back to Brittany.
Slicing again for a basket.
But the dribbler, Williams, took everybody with her when she went to the right-hand side of the lane.
Bryson has 18 points, by the way, in the game. What was that?
Just time to blow the whistle. Just time. I mean, you're looking at the second half. We've had 9 fouls called, and it's been a pressure game.
Magrim on the foul. That's her first, and team 6. So any more fouls, the rest of the fourth, and Phoebus will be going to the line.
Well, let me say this in fairness to defeat. You know, I don't care because they're letting both teams play under the same conditions. Call them, don't call them, but whatever you do, call them the same at both ends of the courts. And that's pretty obvious. That's what they've done. They've let them both play at both ends of the court.
Yeah. Foster drives to the hole, lays it up short.
Gets a rebound.
And then she gets knocked to the floor.
She was 0 for 3 there. Penetration, no. Shot, no. Rebound, knocked down. So, you know, but that's what I was just talking about. She's working very hard to do what she can do to this game.
She'll go to the line to shoot 2. Foul was on Rooks. That's her third.
And that's the first double-figure lead we've had tonight. It's 52-42 with 2:24 to go in the game.
It gives.
And I think we're going to start seeing some trips to the foul line here for Bethel if Phoebus can't come down and get a quick score here.
Foster has 10.
Make it 11.
Make it 11.
She's about 3 points short of her average, but it's a lot of things that you can't see. Nice shot. And there's Bryson with another rebound. Now everything's in Bethel's favor. Time's on their side because they've got the lead. It's their enemy, actually. They want to get rid of it. They don't need to take another shot. They just need to run a weave.
I tell you that was good defense right
I thought
there.
it was pretty good defense. I thought she had her hand on the ball, but the official had a better position than I did, and therefore Keely's going back to the line. I see you shaking your head.
Foul was on Edwards. That's her second. Foster will go to the line again, shooting 2, and the first one is all nets.
At this point, Bethel needs to put some pressure on Phoebus just to make them eat up time. Make them take time to get the ball down court. That's what Bethel has to get rid of. And that's what Phoebus has to defeat. It's time.
12 points now for Foster in the game as she's picked it up here in the second half.
Now 1 point below her average.
13 for the game today.
She's the third leading scorer in the district, so good steal. Nice finish. And number 10 should have just been called for a foul and the ball going back to Bethel. She just literally took and pushed her with her right arm after the score, and she got the ball and pushed her a good 2 feet out of bounds.
15-point lead now is the largest as the Lady Bruins have just taken over here late in the fourth quarter of play. And looks like another turnover. It is. And we're going to have player of the games today?
Yes, we do. I think this is going to be pretty easy.
It's pretty cut and dry who we think it's going to be, I think.
Yeah, I think so. You could go a couple other ways. See, Bethel's a well-coached team. They're smart. They didn't need that shot. Oh. Good finish by number 10. A little late for that timeout, 31.9.
Timeout by the Phantoms, as after the basket, it's a 13-point lead by Bethel. It's 31.9 seconds to go here.
Bethel was so intent on getting a score down here. They got about 3 rebounds and about 4 shots. That by the time Phoebus got the ball, Keeley was the only one back for defense and 4 players. I mean, you know, but we're looking at 30 seconds to go in the game. I think, like you said, we're talking about players of the game. I think it's going to be a real honor. I know Keeley's already had it before. She's done a great job for the game, but we've got to look at the big girls tonight. I think they've been a big contributors for both teams, especially here in the second half.
18 points here in the game for Bryson for Bethel. And 17 points for Balmer Brown for Phoebus.
And that's second half. Or for the game?
That's for the game.
Okay.
12 points in the second half of Balmer. And 12 points in the second half for Bryson.
But with all the pressure out front on the guards and everybody helter-skelter running around, the big girls just took over.
As we're under 30 seconds to play now, a 13-point Phoebus, our Bethel lead. And a little late to be doing that now with 23 seconds to go.
Well, you could see that Keeley was going to go to the line. She beat about 4 traps and attempts coming up, getting half court.
They're still not in 1-1 yet.
Yeah.
That foul was charged against the Phantoms, number 32. Shriven, that's her second foul. Any more fouls and we'll go to 1-1.
Well, we were at a game last week where that would have definitely been intentional. Yes, sir. When you grab them from behind with 2 hands, that fall into the intentional category, but only with certain officials.
Foul was on Love. That's her third. Going to the line to shoot 1-1. Was Williams.
10 seconds. It was actually about 13 because it was 22 seconds when she got the ball, but that's okay.
Thomas with the foul. That's her third. 8 seconds to go here. It's pretty much a done deal now. 13-point lead by Bethel. Bethel steals the inbound and another pass. Down to 5 seconds to go. Matter of time. Again, players of the games are for the Bethel Bruins.
For the Bethel Bruins, we have Brittany Bryson, who I think she had 18 points for the game. Played strong inside, and I think about 9 rebounds that I can remember.
And with the Phoebus Phantoms, that's Balmer Brown, correct, with 17?
So Yep, think we're right. So congratulations to those two ladies and for a great job contributing to your corresponding teams. And the coaches will be proud of where they both contributed.
58-44, another free throw
Balmer
up
Brown's
and
a
good.
senior. We won't get to see her next year. And so is Brittany Bryson. Both of the big girls will be gone.
Bethel just putting on the defense there. There's Foster with a shot up and in.
Number 21 got the bucket at the end.
At the end of the game. So the final score here at Bethel is the Lady Bruins 61 and the Lady Phantom from Phoebus 44.
Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you for joining us in here, and we'd like to thank our crew. I had my whole list here of everybody that was involved with it. And Ube Gabe and Steve Fryer were our whole crew. And Mike Hauser and Brent Musgrove, thank you for tuning in for tonight's game. It was a good game representing both schools. So till next time, come on back and see us.
Yeah, so long, everyone.